Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Gerbil, and in this guide I'm going to walk you through the Profundity Unlock. A couple important notes before we get started. Download is your way to win. You get there with a plus 1% download for every assist, and Outriders Emergency Repairs plus 20. A couple other things to note there. Go back and read them if you need to. Another general strat that's super important though is that you need to start with Cassian, Outrider, and Y-Wing. That's my recommendation at least. Profundity's first move should pretty much always be Fleet has arrived, use Cassian to cleanse, and keep your Y-Wing alive. For reference, these are my rebels. All of them are Relic 5+, except for the Phoenix Squad. Hera is the only one. The others are actually gear 8 through 10. Alright. There are 4 phases, or tiers. The first one you're going to battle Finalizer, then Malevolence, Negotiator, then Chimera. Also something to note, Gear 11 Radis. Yeah, that's strange. There's actually a lot of oddities in here, but nonetheless, let's get started. Tier 1, Finalizer is going to hunt somebody. If it's anyone other than Y-Wing, actually, I recommend restarting, but hey, like I said, while I'm trying to figure out what to do here, the best tip is to open with the Rebel Fleet has arrived. It's going to put your healers and support into stealth. It's going to put taunt onto your Y-Wing, but more importantly, it's going to give it 4 stacks of the reinforced hull. It's also going to give your ships critical damage up, which is sorely needed. In terms of kill order, you basically want to take out the Kylos. I recommend the shuttle. The shuttle seems to be easier to drop. Once you get the shuttles out of the way though, it's pretty easy. All right, so here we can see that whenever a rebel ship ally assists, download is increased by 1. So when picking my reinforcements, I should have picked Ghost for its first special, which calls target ally then 2 additional random rebel allies to assist. That alone is 3 assists, which is not what I just did. Because what we're watching right now is my original attempt through this. And I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to make a lot of misplays here. So follow my words if you can, and not necessarily what you see me doing, right? I've learned some from experience here. So if we think about that Ghost move real quick, if it calls 1 targeted ally plus 2 others, right here, then yeah, they're going to do less damage, but that alone is 3 assists, which is 3% download. That's tiny, but consider for each critical hit, Profundity has a 20% chance to have an ally assist, and the Y-Wing has a 35% chance to assist. So if you're lucky, you'll get 5, maybe 6, maybe 7% download out of that. Alright, losing Y-Wing is really going to suck. But something to keep in mind is your cargo ships are actually a bit tankier than normal because they actually have critical damage immunity or critical hit immunity. Even though I swear I think I've seen them, I think they get critically hit. They're not supposed to, but they do. Whatever. It's in the kit, I promise. It's in Profundity's kit. So because you can have Biggs as a backup, he does work okay when you lose Y-Wing, but I highly recommend he not be a starter and definitely not be your first reinforcement. You can probably interchange Cassian or Ghost as your starting lineup. Cassian has a better enter the battlefield effect as he cleanses off all enemy buffs. But like I said, the name of this game really is Survive and Thrive. You've got to get the download so that you can trigger Admiral We Have the Plans. Once you do that, you pretty much win. All enemies are inflicted with Stranded, which means at the start of their turn, they all take damage equal to 35% of their health, which they cannot be defeated from that. In addition, they cannot recover health or protection, even though I am 100% certain I have seen them recover health and protection. Now that could be because Admiral Radis here is, as I said, Gear 11, which means if it's following the standard kit, at Gear 11, he's probably not going to be have some of his skills maxed on the ship. The profundity may not be maxed. I don't know exactly. Further testing could probably find out, but I'm not going to do that. Pardon me. All right. Now, we're going to go into phase or tier 2, where we're going to now take on the Malevolence. So Profundity has been out for 2 days as of this recording, and as of this moment, 2 days into it, Profundity is pretty defeatable with a Malevolence squad. I'm going to talk a lot more about that later, but that's interesting, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. All right, so against Malevolence, Tier 2, we want the same starting lineup, Cassian, Y-Wing, and Outrider. So why Cassian? Cassian has, as his third unique, a cleanse ability, and you need to keep your Y-Wing alive almost at all cost, because he is the mechanic that allows your ships to heal up. So you've got to keep him alive. Here we go. Let's call in Ghost. And again, I'm narrating this after. Oh, I'm not going to call in Ghost, am I? No, we're going to call in Wedge. So at the time of my playing, when I unlocked Profundity, I was unaware of a critical line in the Profundity's kit that says neither allies or enemies can gain bonus turn meter. And I wanted to experiment with Wedge because on his basic he gains 25% turn meter. He does also apply damage over time, which is pretty nice, but overall it's fundamentally worthless. You really need to just call assist after assist after assist. So Ghost would have been way better. So anyway, back to Cassian. Why Cassian as a starter? It has to do with his third special, the one that allows you, or maybe it's a second special, I can't remember. It's the one that cleanses your team. You have to be able to keep those buffs, and in this case, the buzz droids, off of your ships. When they get overloaded with those buzz droids, they just fall over like cutting butter. So you've really got to watch out for that. Now, Biggs is not a bad enter the battlefield in that he immediately applies taunt on a target, and then that allows you to use his special, which calls a targeted assist. That's okay because, well, we need those assists, right? That also works pretty well with Raven's Claw, but no, you're not allowed to use Raven's Claw. Now, the emergency repairs on Outrider, this is critical. Notice it says download progress is increased by 20%, and that's for all allies, which includes your capital ship. So you'll find times where you have the option to use the concussion missiles or whatever, and even if you're not really hurting or in need of repair, you probably might want to trigger that emergency repair anyway, because it gets you 20%, which is a fifth of your way to the Profundity's ultimate. Remember, once you get that ultimate, you pretty much win. There's no guarantee, of course. I have lost, even after triggering the ultimate. It can totally happen. But that's your best bet. It's unlikely that you will be able to defeat all of the enemy ships in any of these tiers before you trigger the ultimate. I didn't try to do that necessarily, but I did not succeed in doing it either. All right, so here we go. Negotiator. There's an irony here. Every time I targeted Anakin, who I would with Home 1, I lost. But if I focused down all of my efforts on Y-Wing, here on the left, I won every single time. I did this one like 4 or 5 times because I was like, huh, that's odd. Weird things happen, I think, in this event. One, the disruption field, or the from Y-Wing, whatever it is, that you know, the shield disruption ability almost never successfully landed, like almost ever in this whole event. Against the Negotiator, I beat Finalizer and Malevolence first time. Against Negotiator, I lost 2 or 3 times, and then I went back and I won, and I tried it again just out of curiosity. And like I said, 5 or 6 attempts, I can't remember, but each time I went after Y-Wing, I won. Right? I also switched out Ghost here because of that opening ability to call the mass assist. It just pumps your download much, much, much faster. Also, the Ghost AoE is interesting because it has multiple instances of damage as it's hitting multiple targets. And each one of those, if it's a crit, again, has a 20% chance to call a random ally to assist. So when Ghost does his AoE, you have a chance for the Y-Wing to assist plus additional assists. So again, you're trying to pump or accelerate the download mechanic. Now right there, I probably should have used the emergency repairs just to get 20% more, but I did not. So here we go. We're going to switch targets. Watch this. We're going to go over to Anakin. We're going to do the disruption and dodge. See, it never landed for me, like almost ever. I mean, maybe it did. I haven't gone back and actually paid attention, but I would say for this event, do not count on that. It just doesn't seem to work. I was also watching a couple other YouTubers just to compare strats and take some notes, and I noticed in their videos it didn't work for them either. I don't know that I've even seen it work yet in this event. Of course, in Arena, I've had no problems with it, but all right. So again, notice I'm still ignoring Anakin. I've taken down an X-Wing, I don't remember which one, and the B-Wing, and now we're going to use the unconventional maneuvers on Ahsoka, which of course gives you a bunch more assists, a bunch of debuffs, and we're just going to try to kill her. I don't know why, just ignore Anakin mostly. At this point, it's what, 5v3 ships? So I figured, what the heck? I mean, everybody I have is still at full health and full protection. So you can see how easy this win can be. Your mileage may, of course, vary. So if you're struggling your way through it, I don't mean to imply you're doing anything wrong. I know that there are people that have really, really struggled, especially if you have lower gear pilots. Like my K2 for Cassian is Relic 5, my Jyn Erza is Relic 7. I would even take Jyn to Relic 8 just because I really love the character, but not going to happen anytime soon. So, all right, they chased away our Hammerhead. We got the win. One more battle, Chimera. Tier 4. So for this one, we're going to go back to Cassian as the starting lineup. Again, Cassian Y Outrider. Y Cassian, again, you need that cleanse. It also has the special that removes all buffs from your opponent, which allows you to bypass taunt. Now here, I recommend a kill order going right to left. You want to take out Sith Marauder and then Vader. And honestly, you could probably go after the TIE Fighter. Because there is no turn meter manipulation allowed, he can dodge as much as he wants, and it's not going to do anything other than annoy you. Oh, whoa, did you see that? We landed the shield disruption. Okay, so it can actually happen. I stand corrected, but I feel nonetheless that it failed more times than I can count. All right, here we go. We're going to heal up, get 20% dodge. So why do you want to take out Marauder? Marauder can land those concussion bombs, I believe, on everybody. And if he does, when those concussion grenades or whatever they are, when they go pop, then you get dazed. And dazing, of course, shuts down. Yeah, I see Cassian and Y-Wing were both dazed. The daze shuts down your assist game, which slows your download, which prevents you from popping the ultimate. So Marauder should probably be your #1 target. Vader second, because that TIE Advanced hits incredibly hard. So we got rid of Marauder. We're putting some concussion missiles on Vader. And of course the shuttle is healing him, but look how fast our Y-Wing went down, right? And Biggs is almost out of here also. So this battle could quite literally have gone either way. So my download's at 79%. I finally get Ghost out here. We're going to call a couple of assists. We only got 3 out of that. We did not get a Y-Wing because it's gone. We did not get a Profundity assist, which is unfortunate. We did just get another emergency repairs. So when you do get your Outrider to 100% of its download mechanic, be aware that it's worth engaging its special ability, which right here, that ×2 icon. It is so worth it to activate. I think it's called the Suppressa computer or something. And for the life of me, I just continued to forget over and over and over again, right? Like I said, I made an abundance of errors throughout this because I'm still learning the kits, and I actually had a couple misunderstandings of the Profundity. for example, no turn meter manipulation at all. Now that's not the same as speed up right there, right? The emergency repairs is another thing. Another reason you do it is not just a 20% download boost, but also because it grants speed up to everybody, which increases their speed by, I think, 25%. That is absolutely worth doing. So, Profundity's first turn, the fleet has arrived. Outrider, typically concussion missiles, or honestly better, emergency repairs for the 20% download and the speed up. Hey, I hope this video has helped you. If it did, or if you appreciated it, please do take a couple of seconds and hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate that too. I put a lot of time into this, and I try to help as best I can. So go ahead and hit those buttons, please. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Good luck on the field of battle. Bye-bye.